2022 was another great year for LEGO Star Wars with so many memorable sets, so what better way to celebrate an amazing year than ranking all the sets on a tier list? Starting off with the AT-ST Polybag. Now, as we know, I am not the craziest fan of polybags, microfighters, whatever it is, but this one was fine. It was nothing I'm over the moon about. I got it on May 4th because I ended up hitting all the thresholds for the gift with purchases, and I'm currently looking at it while I'm recording it right now, and I do enjoy it, so I will put it in the C category. It's nothing that I would go out and buy if I didn't get the threshold for May 4th. Then we have the Blue Milk Luke Skywalker, and this wasn't a set you can go out to buy. You actually had to get the deluxe version of the LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga game that came out that year, and this was the promo that you would get with that. And I love this minifig. I think it's great. It was such a nice incentive to go out and buy this, but I am going to put this in the B category. I thought it was a really cool idea, a lot of fun, and I did enjoy that game a lot. Then we have the Lars Family Homestead, the May 4th gift with purchase. I love this set. I recently just did a review on this on my channel not too long ago, and I was a huge fan of it. It really got the May 4th sets back to where I felt they should have always been. An exclusive minifig, a nice little cute build, I would say, with a ton of detail. So I'm going to put this in the A category. Huge fan of it, and it definitely, like I mentioned before, got the May 4th promos back on track with the Trade Federation Troop Carrier not too long after. And then you have the most recent one with the Clone Training Facility, or the Kamino Training Facility. The Defense on Hoth is a nice little battle pack that we had. Some great minifigs, some great side builds, but there have been many battle packs that I've liked a lot more than this, and there's been battle packs that I've liked a lot less than this. So it doesn't really do it for me in terms of something that I would want to go out and get a ton of. It just wasn't one of my favorites. It wasn't my least favorite, so I'm going to do the safe thing, at least what I feel is the safe thing, and throw it in the C category. And then we have the Clone Trooper Command Station, and I like this one more than the Defense on Hoth, so I will put it in the B category, even though I'm not over the moon about it like I am some other battle packs. I don't want to rehash this thing over and over again, so it barely makes it into the B category for me. And then we have an all-time army builder for the UCS AT-AT Walker with the Snowtrooper Battle Pack, and if you had the UCS AT-AT Walker, I think you'd need to shell out $300 or $400 worth of these Snowtrooper battle packs to fill up the AT-AT Walker. I never did that, but I know some people who have, and it does look really cool, but I think I would have rather taken that money and spent it on another set or sets. But I still like the idea. LEGO knew what they were doing, and it is overall a solid battle pack, and for that reason alone, I will be putting it in the A category. They were very strategic when saying, you want to fill up that AT-AT? You're going to have to give us $300 more. Mando's Razor Crest Microfighter. I'm not a microfighter type of guy. Not really my type of set, so I will put it in the C category. It looks alright. Nothing I'm in love with. Nothing I don't really like. The Hoth AT-ST is next, and I am not the biggest fan of AT-STs. I know a UCS one just released this past year in the August wave, and I think that's great. It's a wonderful set. It's a pretty fair price, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the 2022 one, and I just prefer other sets of an MTT and ATTE over the AT-ST. The AT-ST never really spoke to me in the way that that those sets do. Something about the shape of it, how it just looks, it's just awkward. I understand that's the whole point. It's supposed to be an awkward looking vehicle, and I can just never unsee it like that, and it's always just been holding it back for me. I understand people like it. I understand people don't like it. For me, I like it more than other AT-STs, but it's just not one of my favorite sets. I think the B tier might be a little too generous, but that's where I feel it belongs. One of the most controversial sets in terms of price had to be the Justifier. A little over 1,000 pieces. I believe it retailed for $170. Only if we knew what things today would be like. This was only the beginning, because this is a common theme nowadays with LEGO pricing being wildly overpriced. So the Justifier, I love the set. I never got around to picking up this set because I was so stubborn on how overpriced the set was for what you're actually getting. In hindsight, I probably should have just picked it up and called it a day. And the minifigs are wonderful because there is a Cad Bane, and the next time we will be getting a Cad Bane, according to rumors, is going to be 2026 with the Cobb Vanth vs. Cad Bane. So I'm not missing out on a Cad Bane, but I am missing out on an awesome ship and some awesome minifigs as well. So I'm a big fan of it, even though the price of it relatively just stunk. I'm going to put it in the A tier. The Dark Trooper attack is a true pioneer in the LEGO Star Wars world, as when this set first released, fans wanted a way to be able to buy multiple of these sets, attach them, and just make a much larger scene. There were videos of people doing mock builds with that and customizing the set to attach to one another. A few years later, LEGO made the Boarding the Tantha 4, and they included the Technic pins and holes in it, so you could buy multiple and you could just extend the scene. So it was a true hit, and it was something that sparked something even bigger in LEGO Star Wars. And for that, I will be putting it in the A category because it's a very historic set in terms of the ripple effect with it. Manda's N1 Starfighter, to no one's surprise, is going to be in the A tier. This is going to be a set I'm a huge fan of. Many fans are a huge fan of this simply because it's a cool ship and it's tied into Mando. They did a phenomenal job with it. The detail is excellent. The minifigs are phenomenal, to no one's surprise. And my only thing is, when are we going to be getting a UCS version of this? I think it's going to come sooner rather than later, and I will keep on saying we need a UCS version until it happens. Boba Fett's throne room was a bit of a disappointment. Don't really care for the set at all. Something just feels off about the entire thing. The minifigs, yeah, the minifigs, I like them. They're cool, but the actual set is not that good. I'm putting it in the D tier. I don't know. I'm just not all too crazy with this set. Luke Skywalker's Red 5 helmet is going to go into the C tier. I spoke about this in my most recent video, being a ranking of every LEGO Star Wars helmet. I'm not a huge fan of how this open helmet looks. I appreciate the effort. The goggles, visor, that orange tint is really cool. It looks better in person than in photos, I feel, but I just think it's one of the weaker helmets that we have. The Mandalorian helmet will fall into the A category, and I'm going to repeat myself a lot for what I said in that ranking video with all the helmets, and I love this set. I love how they have one smooth section, some tiles showing that standard LEGO look, that standard LEGO finish, I want to say. But I know there is some debate about not liking a certain portion of the helmet, of how wide it could be in that front section where it's all black, and I understand that. But I think if they were to go back and redo this helmet at some point in the future, they could fix that. But regardless, I'm a huge Mando fan. Anyone who went out and bought this set is probably a huge Mando fan, and it's undoubtedly one of the better helmets. The Dark Trooper helmet, I'm going to skip ahead and just finish off all the helmets. That's going to go into the D category. First, it's not a helmet, and two, I think it's just one of the worst looking ones. It looks way too smushed. Yeah, the red eyes are cool, but I'm still a little bit salty over the fact that LEGO basically made this because it looked cool, which, yeah, the Dark Troopers are cool. I'm not saying they're not, but if you're going to make something that's not a helmet, I'm putting that in quotations, why don't we have a C-3PO or a General Grievous, which would undoubtedly be a much more popular set, and you would have had a lot more success with that. C-3PO, General Grievous, two characters that pretty much every Star Wars fan knows or should know. I don't know why you'd make a Dark Trooper, which is way less popular or known than those other two characters that I named. Just doesn't make sense to me. The Death Star Trench Run is part of the diorama line, which seems that it might be over with for at least the distant future. But that doesn't stop this set from being super cool. It's going to go in the B category. A ton of greebling, a ton of detail. I love those TIE fighters chasing the X-Wing in this such downscaled size. You really get to appreciate this tiny part usage, being able to do something so cool in this scale, something I didn't think would ever be a thing, and then we see it, and it's beautiful. The Dagobah training diorama will fall into the A category. It is a bit of a pain with all those green tiles having to go around the bottom, but you have part of the X-Wing, you have Yoda's hut built into the tree, some awesome minifigs. I love this set. It's from one of my favorite scenes in Star Wars. Just everything about it is super cool, but that's me, and it's one of my more liked dioramas. But I'll finish off the dioramas like I did with the helmets, and the Death Star trash compactor, man. This had so much promise. I'm going to put it in the C category, one of my least favorite dioramas, and I think there were just a lot of wasted potential. I don't want to say wasted potential, just part usage here with having C-3PO and R2 on the very back. I understand the whole point of that, but you're including that and charging us more for something we're never going to see, because when you're displaying it, no one's going to know anything's on the back there. You get 2 extra minifigs. Why have this there even? Just so you can charge us maybe $10 more on this set for 2 minifigs that on display we're never going to see. I'm going to get all the magazine builds out just really quick. There's a lot of them, and I'm just going to rapid fire with them. The not polybag, but the magazine gift of the Millennium Falcon, I'm going to put it in the C tier. It's all right, nothing crazy. We have the 501st Clone Trooper. I'll throw that in B. The AT-AT Walker, I'll throw it in C, as you can probably tell. Not going too much in the detail here. Just going to do rapid fire here because there is a ton. Then we have the Tusken Raider, which I do like. Cool minifig, B tier. Then we have the Razor Crest. This one looks a little bit, a little goofy. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm going to throw it in the D tier. Then we have Darth Maul with pupils. So knowing what we know now, this is in the A tier. Pupils with your minifigs, yes please. The Mandalorian Warrior, I really like. A tier as well. Then we have the Mandalorian Starfighter. I'll throw it in the C tier. Just sometimes these sets in such a downscaled form just look weird, and that's what happens here. You have the TIE Whisper, and I like it a lot. B tier for what it is. You have Leia, A tier. Then you have the Imperial Light Cruiser, which I absolutely just hate how this looks. This is going to go in the D tier. Arguably could be in the F tier. You have Luke Skywalker from Hoth, A tier as well. And I think that is going to do it for the magazines. Moving on to the actual sets. Again, we're going to have the Advent Calendar. The Advent Calendar is one of those, I don't love him. I don't hate him. You get a lot of cool stuff in them. You get a lot of lackluster stuff in them. So with that, it has to go into the C tier. The UCS Razor Crest is going to fall into the S tier, and that shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. One of the best, not just Lego Star Wars sets, Lego sets of all time. It is the first ever UCS set to be based off of strictly a TV show. Granted, it had a very short life in that TV show, didn't even make it 2 full seasons. Spoiler alert if you somehow have yet to see The Mandalorian. But you get some awesome minifigs, you get an awesome set. It's absolutely massive, and it is retiring at the end of the year. So if you are someone who is thinking about going out and getting this set, you need to do it right now. As soon as you finish watching this video, you need to go and place that order, because once they are out of stock at your local Lego store or at lego.com, they're not going to be restocking them. We're in the end game now. The 4+ AT-ST without a doubt is in the F tier. The minifigs are fine. It's overpriced. The build is pretty trash. I understand 4+ sets are always somehow some of the most overpriced sets, which I understand it, but at the same time, it's wild. Out of all the sets to overcharge like that, it's going to be a 4+ set. I don't know. Then we have Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter. You have an awesome Kaminoa minifig. You have Kenobi. You have the Astromech droid. Everything about this is perfect, especially with the UCS Jango Fett Starship. A tier. You can just pair them up together. Actually, no. We're making a decision. We're putting it into the S tier. I really do like this set, and I think you have 3 minifigs that really carry this set, and the ship itself is awesome, but the figs take it up another notch. You can display it with the Jango Fett Starship. You can display with other Jedi Starfighters. I love this set. Speaking of Kenobi, we have the duel with Darth Vader, and this is really just a gray base plate with some features that can have lava being thrown and a cool droid. But besides that, it's really just 3 minifigs and a gray base plate. That's what you're buying with this set. That's what you're getting. And if that caters to you and your interest, awesome. If not, awesome. It doesn't do it for me. I don't care about this set. I could have done without the set. I'm putting it in the D category because no way I'm paying this much money for really just 3 minifigs. BD1, on the other hand, I will gladly pay that price, and that's going to go in the S category. We're probably never going to see BD1 in LEGO Star Wars again, even though we have Cal Kestis in the Imperial Star Destroyer right now. So Never Say Never being that Cal made an appearance. Granted, it was an anniversary minifig, and they are making the BD1 mold in Lego Star Wars. So maybe that original thought of never seeing it again was a bit harsh. I think there is a possibility, but it might just be a long shot. Love this set. Wish it had a much longer shelf life. Wish I got around to picking it up. I highly regret that because I'm a huge Jedi Survivor fan. I don't know why. I just saw this set sitting on shelves and let it slip away right through my hands. So that and the Justifier. Ton of regrets with 2022 so far. The Inquisitor Transport Scythe is one of the last super fair, even underpriced sets that I can remember. This cost $100 with awesome minifigs, awesome play features, everything about it. You would think I'm going to throw it in the S tier, but I just feel it misses it. It's directly on the fringe. I really do enjoy this set. I'm going to throw it in the A tier, but very easily could be an S tier set. The ATTE is going to go into the S tier. I think this is the best ATTE we ever have had, and there's reason for that with the shelf life just getting extended year after year. We are on to the end of 2025 when I'm recording this, and this set has no retirement date set at this current moment, so 2026 or 2027 is when we could see that, and that far extends past the 1.5 to 2 year mark most Lego Star Wars sets are on shelves for. Ambush on Ferrix was a set we didn't know anything about. We knew it was going to be based off Andor. We didn't know if we were going to like the show or not, and now that we have both seasons officially concluded, I loved every episode. I loved every second watching it. I can safely say this set is in the B tier. It's just a lot of good memories with this set thinking about the show Andor. The UCS Luke's Landspeeder might be one of the most overdue UCS sets of all time. It's a good set. It's not a UCS set that I will be running out to get. You can get it now on the secondary market for, I believe, less than retail. So if you're looking for a first UCS set and don't really want to break the bank, this might be a perfect opportunity and a perfect set to go out and get. 2 really nice minifigs, a beautiful build. It's not going to be too big for your display, and it's a Luke's Landspeeder. It's hard to get excited about a Luke's Landspeeder over, say, a Jango Fett Slave 1, but I will not knock this set, and it's one that eventually I think I will have to pick up just to have in my collection, as I do want to collect every UCS set, and this is one that I definitely need. So the B tier is where it's going to go. The Republic Fighter Tank is going to be in the B tier as well. It is a set that has some awesome clones, some awesome minifigs with Mace Windu. I love the Fighter Tank. Once again, much like the ATTE, you can army build with this. It is starting to go up in price with those clones. Probably never going to see, what was it, the 187th Legion again, maybe for a long time. The Ahsoka Brickhead set, I think it's fine. I'm going to throw it right in the C tier. But the Kenobi Invader Brickheads, yeah, the price is a little bit more, but I think I can throw it in the B tier. I like it more than the Ahsoka Brickhead, and I think that this was a great value. At the current moment, I don't think that this is, I'm pretty sure this is retired. Yeah, this is definitely retired. I'll double check. I'm having a brain fart here. But at the time, for what it was, the Kenobi show, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, 2 fan favorites. It was a great idea to have it on shelves, one that the Lego Star Wars team definitely needed on shelves with the popularity of the Brickheads line. But there you have it. This is every Lego Star Wars 2022 set ranked. I know there was that 3-in-1 set that came out this year, but those sets weren't from 2021, so I didn't throw it on the list. If I were to put that in and rank it, I would throw it in the A tier just because you're getting 3 sets for a discounted price. Let me know what you think about every set on this list. I think I might have a regret where I put that Sith Infiltrator, but besides that, I think 2022 was a good year. It had a lot of good, had some stuff that was better than others, and it was, looking back on it, a fun year and one that I have a ton of awesome memories of. So let me know once again what you think about this list. What would you change? What would you keep? Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more Lego content, and I'll see you in the next one.